Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot. Live, everybody. I almost called it just Harmony Portal Tarot. Let me adjust this lighting. Sorry, we got the blazing sun. Got this. It's not working so hot. Yeah, this is awesome. Okay, so let me try, as I might. Yeah, lighting's not going to be great, but yeah, it's better than the blazing sun. And at least it's not crazy hot in here tonight, so hey, I'll take this as a win. I might do this, though. Does that help? I don't even know. I don't even know. Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a fine Woo-Woo Wednesday. Hello, Kirsten. Kirsten has actually already donated for basically 2 questions, a full read, and then a 1 card. Y'all know, though, I can't just do 1 card. Vicky is here. Hello, hello. And we're going to start out with a collective reading for everybody. And I think that's what I titled this. And then we're going to be doing the giveaway as well. Oh, yum, Chinese food. Yum, yum. All right, so I hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing pretty well. My kids started tennis camp on Monday, and they have it Monday through Thursday for the next 4 weeks. Well, technically the next 3 weeks, because this week's almost over. Tomorrow's the last day of this week. And then Friday, I'm going up to my hometown. My mom's cousin, so my second cousin, passed away a while back, and they're now getting around to doing his, celebration of life or memorial. They didn't really have like a full-on funeral or anything. So we'll be celebrating his life on Friday, and then I'll spend kind of the rest of the weekend just hanging out with my mom. And we'll be staying at my grandma's house. She has not quite yet moved in, but she is on the verge of moving in, and she's very excited about that. Still a lot of repairs and stuff that need to be done to that place, but hey, it's better than where she's at. So, yes, hello, everybody. And wait for everybody to check on in. Say hi if you feel so inclined. We'll be doing our giveaway. I think I mentioned that. And the giveaway we're going to be doing, for those that have missed it or don't know exactly what the giveaway is, I am going to be shuffling a deck of tarot cards and pulling said 1 tarot card. And then having you guys rapid fire guess or intuit or what have you, what card am I holding? And if it takes a while, we will narrow that down. I'll tell you it's a cups or a wands or whatever, major arcana, or court card if it's a page through a king. And once someone gets it, we will roll with it. Just so everyone knows, this one, for sake of our example, was the Wheel of Fortune. So cool. So when the time comes, I'll let you guys know. But we'll do it anytime throughout this live stream, so hold tight. Either those of you that have donated or those of you just kind of lurking, hanging out, anybody can win this one. And it'll be kind of given up or done randomly. And like I had mentioned, we have, at least as far as I know, 1 donation for 2 questions for Kirsten, and that is all we have so far. So the list isn't very long tonight. Anyone looking to get a guaranteed reading, personal in-depth reading, or a more 1-card read can always send a donation, and always your lovely donations do go to help my mom, whose house burned down in July of 2019, and she's still in that camper, but hopefully not for too long. All right. Hello, Dorothy. Hello, Jessica Lynn. Yeah, we're about to do our free collective reading, and then anybody that wants a more personalized reading can always send a donation. The way to do that is to check the thing pinned at the top of the chat here, or also the description box below has all the information you may need for how to do so. And there's 2 ways right now to donate: PayPal and also SuperChat, SuperThanks, and they are at different price points just because each platform takes a different percentage of the money. PayPal usually takes about $1 off of, maybe $1 to $1.50 off of a $22.22 value reading, and YouTube takes about 33% of that money. So to make it kind of balanced, I have that price point set a little bit higher. Yeah, all right. Well, let's get into our free collective reading, and then we will play the rest of this live stream by ear. Kirsten, feel free to have your questions ready. You can post them now, kind of how Florence B does. She'll just post question 1, question 2, and let me know, though, which one is the longer form question for you, Kirsten. But for now, we're going to get into our collective, just anything we need to know right now. Venus is in her retrograde, so those of you that may have missed Venus going retrograde or didn't know that or want to know how you might be personally affected, you can ask about here tonight, of course. But also you can check my last Wednesday, so not last live stream, but 2 live streams ago, I did an in-depth reading collectively on all of us watching now or the replay, how it's going to affect us, what Venus retrograde even means, and all that fun stuff. But for now, let's find out what we can expect. All those of us watching now or on the replay. What do we need to know? And we have the moon. Ooh, she looks a little sad. To me, this isn't like tears of joy. This to me feels more wistful for a time gone by. So like nostalgia and just memories. You know, the moon does represent our emotions, but it also does represent our mind to some capacity, both in astrology and also in tarot. Subconscious mind, most specifically. So you just might be bombarded subconsciously, and then it kind of works its way more to the conscious mind about past memories, past relationships, just past versions of yourself that are kind of making you long or wistful for a past friendship, relationship, just you, past version of you. There's something here. Let's see what else we need to know. Ooh, 6 of Cups. Yeah, a lot of nostalgia for the past. I mean, both of these messages are coming through very clear in these cards, or that message is coming through in both of these cards, I should say. Word it correctly here. But the 6 of Cups, it's very interesting how these flowers are growing out of the chest here. And to me, this is almost like freeing yourself from past bondage or just past things that just don't need to be in your awareness anymore. Let me count the flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay, it makes sense as a 6 of Cups. So yeah, this might even be about finding balance through connecting to that inner child, through your emotional state and that longing for the past, or maybe even sadness from the past. It doesn't just have to be the longing or wistfulness of a past version of you. This could be the sadness that you missed out on a good childhood, or something that did happen when you were a child that was very unfair, that you're just like, how was that even fair? We also have 2 of Pentacles. So this is kind of bringing us back to the present moment. So yes, we have kind of this past energy in our emotional aura and kind of maybe even our mental aura. Just we're really feeling something on our heart right now. But at the same time, we need to be present because there's a lot of maybe tasks that need to be done, or, you know, things that are going on. You know, again, for my own personal example, we've got the kids in tennis camp 4 days this week. And then on Friday, we're traveling, not that far, but, you know, enough that we have to make sure we're packing the right stuff for the weekend and different weather scenarios and all the fun things, you know. So this is kind of preparing, planning ahead, but also being in the present moment. But I feel like there is this need for balance, just, you know, again, kind of going with the balance here, emotional balance specifically, but also mental balance, and just making sure you're not overdoing something. All right, let's see what else we need to know right now. Okay. So we have here 4 of Wands. So yeah, and then Justice. Okay, I love this. All this balance we're talking about, well, the Justice comes right in and finds that nice balance for us. And very interesting how the scales are balanced. One has the feather, which to me always does represent like divine help, or things divinely aligning for us, or, you know, those of us that have really struggled with certain things, like that counterbalance to all the struggle, and now the peace and joy is coming in. That's really what this feather is reminding me of with this Justice card. I'm also seeing the Ace of Swords here, obviously, which brings clarity, truth. Any confusion you have about, do I go this direction, do I go that direction, what do I do, I just feel so blah and stuck and lost. There's clarity coming to help you figure something out. And again, more balance, more stability here with this 4 of Wands. It's a very homey card, you know, but also the 4 of Wands can represent a celebration specifically of like a homecoming, like a housewarming kind of thing, celebration of a new home. Also marriages, weddings. So some of you might be attending a wedding very soon or something like that. doesn't have to be your wedding. It can be a friend, a family member, or you're just hearing about someone you know getting married. Could be the representation of that. Let's see what else we need to know. Those of us watching now and on the replay. And we have your reflect. Oh my goodness. We're just broken record repeating ourselves at this point. You know, again, with the past, reflecting on the past, that nostalgia, that wistfulness, that maybe even unfairness that you felt at one point, you're now kind of seeing a counterbalance, because there's a balance to the way things are eventually. But maybe right now it doesn't feel very balanced. But again, with that Justice card coming into balance and then the stability of this Four of Wands, there's a lot of clarity, again, with that Ace of Wands that's kind of depicted here in the Justice card, that's coming in to help us feel more in alignment or more in our own authority or our own power, which can feel really good, especially when we do feel stuck, stagnant, or like life is unfair and nothing we do is going to change our circumstances. But that's so not true. What else do we need to know? Ooh, we got a lot here. Growth. So this, I gotta sneeze. Don't you guys hate that? Oh, one hot tip I learned, because I had a cold one time at my, I had a friend that passed away, and I was at his funeral, and I did not want to sneeze because I kept sneezing and sneezing. I'm like, it's embarrassing to cough and sneeze like at a place like that. Hot tip, if you have to sneeze and you don't want to, or it's kind of an unopportune time to sneeze, press the tip of your tongue like behind your top back front teeth really hard, as hard as you can. Just like that. You couldn't see it, but believe me, it works. I've tried it many times. It works. Anyway, what I was saying with this growth card, this does remind me of like what do they call those things? Oh my gosh, I just had it on the tip of my tongue. Like a terrarium. There we go. And sometimes you can even close the bottle and allow that terrarium. I had seen something, I think it was on Instagram, of this guy that's had this terrarium that he hasn't opened since like the 60s. It's just like the cycles of it, you know, it's just self-operating, self-governing. It, you know, things die, and then that death really acts as the nutrients for the rebirth. And this is what I see with your own energy, is just because pieces and parts and past versions of you have died and passed away doesn't mean you have died and passed away as far as your wonderful energy and your dreams, your goals, maybe versions of you or certain things that you did hope would happen. But they're acting as that fertilizer for this greater version of you to step forward, is really what I see with this. I got a couple more here as well. Achievement. So growth and achievement are coming as a result of this reflection of this, you know, inner child kind of checkup that you're doing with your energy right now. And this is something you might have been working for lifetimes. This is not just a this life kind of thing. But even if it is in this lifetime, it's been like lifelong. You know, because someone can't just go climb Mount Everest and, you know, hope to survive. They have to train. They have to have the right equipment. They have to have the expertise and the skill. This isn't something you can just walk up there and think you're going to do great. And this is something you have worked very, very hard for. And I love this. Look at this. Failure and wisdom. Because with some of our greatest failures, whether we were the main catalyst of our failure, our own mistakes, our own misgivings, whatever it was, or other people's failures or underestimation of us or whatever it was, has actually fueled and created a lot of wisdom in us to be able to grow and achieve who it is that we are, what it is that we're doing. It's so beautiful. So don't allow any like recent failures, or if you're currently going through some sort of tower moment or death energy, don't allow that failure to keep you from the grand finale of that great achievement that you are calling this legacy of your lifetime here. Because there's so much wisdom that you are gaining from any mishaps, any fumbles, any stumbles, any major mistakes you're making right now. This is actually going to fuel you and really help you grow. So beautiful message coming through tonight. I'm here for it. What about you guys? All right. So I'm going to put those away. And Kirsten has already posted her questions. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, her first question will be the one card. So we'll start there after I get a quick drink of water and get these cards put away. Hello, Linda. Which card deck? This cool little one. Oh my gosh, I always forget the name of this, but I got it and it arrived damaged. You can see kind of the edges here. But I don't let it hold me back. I'm still gonna use it. Man, what is the name of this one? Let me see. Your question. Oh yeah, the Earthbound Oracle. Earthbound Oracle. Yeah, it's a fun one. I really do like it. It's beautiful. I love the pictures on it. And even though, you know, there's words like failure, fear, and all that in there, there's so much beauty in this deck, I think, in seeing through the illusion of failure. Yeah, I love that. Oh, you had to replace your favorite deck called Angel Wisdom Tarot. I lost a few of the cards. Oh no, I hate when that happens. I've had that happen. One deck of mine, the Starseed Oracle, it's like the little mini deck I have. My son Wrigley actually ripped up the Abundance card. And that actually was going on during a time I was spending thousands of dollars with this healer who was actually causing way more harm than good. So I should have took the message that was being presented to me when that card got ripped in half. So, yeah. Well, sometimes it's good to have a new deck and put your energy into it, and yeah. And you can even use those cards, like if you send out mail, like if you have your tarot side hustle, like you say, and if you're selling any kind of service or actually good, you can put that in the mail with the stuff you're selling, or you can, you know, just use them as like a little, I don't know, you could make a little collage on your wall or something. So the deck doesn't technically have to go to waste. So cool. Okay, so Kirsten, let's get into your one card read. And we only have one other donation from Kirsten right after this one card for a full reading for Kirsten. And then that is all I have tonight. Yeah, that's it. That's it for donations. So anyone looking to get a reading, feel free to send a donation and we will take care of you tonight. So Kirsten's question for the one card read. Will my ex ever contact me again? Let's find out. Ooh, we have the death card. That's a pretty clear, and it's really interesting because I don't see it as you'll never hear from him again or, you know, come into contact again, but the relationship as you knew it, I think is gone. As far as like the possibility for anything to come of it. But I don't know that he's going to specifically reach out. It might just be like a happenstance, like you guys are at the same place at the same time. If you have like mutual friends or people you know that still contact him, there might just be some spillover of his energy into yours in that way. But I don't know that he's actually going to. It's interesting because we have the devil here. So I don't think you're off his mind or even off his radar. So if he does contact you, it's just not going to go anywhere as far as you go. He might still hold out hope that there's something there, but for the most part, I would say energetically speaking, I think you've done a good job of kind of clearing his energy, at least kind of off of your present moment. There's always deeper work we can do, always, to clear that energy and make it so you don't feel even to ask a question about him. You know what I mean? So that lets you know that he's still on your mind even. And a lot of times people are mirrors of each other. So if you're thinking about him, he's also probably thinking about you. That's just kind of how it works usually. But let's just get some information or guidance on if he does reach out or doesn't reach out, what this looks like. All right, so we have the Knight of Cups and the Page of Wands. Yeah, there's still passion and at least care, I think, on his end. But also there is, you know, that devil energy, just this need for control in the relationship, especially with the Page of Wands. It's like normally a very passionate, inspired, ready to take charge, ready to do something exciting and amazing. And Knight of Cups is usually romantic and wanting a connection. But, you know, in combination with this devil and the death card, this is letting you know, Kirsten, that the romantic flutters and the happy times are most likely in your past with this connection, and probably, I would say, almost a zero chance, but not ever zero because, you know, certain timelines can shift things. But I would say more than likely, there's no chance there's going to be a romantic rekindling of this relationship. Does that mean he'll never, ever, ever reach out to you again? Possibly with this combination. We started with the death. So I would say on the timeline you're on, it's more than likely, wait, there's the death. More than likely he won't reach out, but he might still be looking at your social media or talking to your friends. I mean, if he has these connections still, if he doesn't, I don't see him trying to seek out people randomly or anything. Like when my ex and I broke up, the really only person in his life that I even cared to have any kind of contact with was his mom. But I just chose not to go down that road. I just chose to let her go along with him. And it was hard at first, but eventually, you know, time kind of healed that wound. But, you know, if he's really close friends with some of your close friends, I mean, there's just going to be spillover of information, energy, possibly being same place, same time. But, you know, if that's not it, that you don't really have any connection to him outside of just your relationship, then it's more than likely this isn't going to be that he's going to reach out again. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. All right. And we had one more donation comes in. Yeah, of course part of you still cares for him because there was love there once, you know, and probably still love, but just not in love. So it totally makes sense. Yeah, he's talking to your mom, but not you. Your mom, he says he needs time. He says he also doesn't want to be the same person as he was. Yeah. And that's not to say someone can't redeem themselves, but I think for the most part, you're just ready for a clean slate in love, fresh energy, to have a new beginning with someone who there won't ever be those old toxic memories attached to anything that's potential for a future, if you know what I mean. So this really is about you taking care to just, you know, do what's in your best interest. Again, though, that doesn't mean you can't still be friends with him or, you know, keep up with him if you feel so inclined to do so. Yeah. So let's see. Second question, and then I did have a donation. Let me update the list here. I saw that come in from Vicky. One card read for Vicky. Okay, so let's update that list real quick. So anyone who is still here, hang tight because I'm still doing a free reading giveaway at the $11 reading tier. So the one card read that's never a one card with me. I'm giving another one of those away. Same thing with the tarot deck. You guys have to figure out what tarot card I have drawn, and whoever gets it wins the reading. And it can be a reading on whatever you want. I mean, I'm sure there's limits to what I would read on, but really, I don't think I've ever had a question come in that I couldn't answer or didn't answer for somebody. I know there are certain tarot readers that won't answer on health or pregnancy or other things that are triggering and whatever, but I haven't yet ran into a question that I was just not comfortable or didn't feel in my wheelhouse to answer. I don't know. So let's see. Second question is career guidance reading. I have a bunch of concerns about going into teaching programs, such as living with my abusive father. Ooh, yeah. Or the program being too difficult. Part of me thinks I should just settle for one master's degree in health coaching instead of doing both coaching and teaching. Yeah, and I mean, a master's degree is huge. You know, even if you aren't gonna just do health coaching, a lot of times a master's degree will kind of speak for itself in a lot of different fields. Just the fact that you showed the time, effort, dedication to get a degree of that magnitude will tell potential employers that, hey, this person is serious. This person has a great work ethic and sticks to something, because it's not easy to go out and get a master's degree. So let's see. We will I'm going to draw a card for both scenarios about that. We do have an ad coming, though, so we'll take a quick break. And then we will get into your question, Kirsten. Yeah, and you also have your tarot side hustle. So that's always good to fall back on or just kind of have in your pocket as far as just extra income. Probably won't be your main income. I'm sensing for the most part, at least to get you started. It's very difficult to just break out and have that be a thing unless you're actually, you know, setting up in a brick and mortar location in a place where, you know, a lot of people are into that kind of thing. Yeah. So let's see, as far as career reading goes, concerns about the teaching program. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I can see your father's energy here. He might say things that are just like, oh my gosh, did you really just say that to me? Very hurtful things at times. Yeah, just controlling, abusive, more verbally and emotionally abusive, though, that I'm seeing than physical. But if he has been physical to you in the past, I see the future would be more, things he would say, or, ways he would push your buttons, in the abuse category. But yeah, let's see, as far as it being in your best interest to do the health coaching and your side hustle of tarot, or also implement that teaching degree, if that's how you feel. Okay, so 3 of Wands, this is about being able to move forward. If you're just more focused on what you've already got accomplished with the health coaching and, of course, tarot. And again, I'm seeing, with the 3 arrows here, it almost creates a stable foundation. Not as sturdy and stable as like the 4 of Wands, which really does create that square, area to really create stability. But there's quite a bit of stability here and multiple streams of income I see that can support you, because you can wrap a cloth around this and create a shelter for yourself. Like, that's how I see this, as you kind of doing the health coach thing and the tarot thing and just anything else that feels like it can support you would be enough to put, a roof over your head and to be able to support you, and you not have to stay too long or more long-term under your father's roof. That being said, we'll flip the card for, is it in your best interest to also pursue this teaching? We do have the Page of Wands, and this really is very interesting, because this card came out in your 1-card read with, your ex-husband's energy. So there might even be part of you that is wanting to pursue teaching to maybe like prove something to someone besides yourself. Prove something to your ex, prove something to your parents, prove something to friends, other people. But this is also a passion card. So there might be a passion for teaching, and most specifically working with children or people that you can benefit. There's a passion here for you to work with people that you can greatly benefit. And I think that's where, you went down this health coach angle, really worked for you, but you're kind of maybe thinking, well, how can I make this health coach thing a thing for me? So there might be some just kind of restructuring that you're doing. I do want to pull another card, though, on the teaching, just to see if it's in your best interest, your emotional, mental, spiritual, physical health. If it's better for you to maybe not do that right now, so you don't have to be under your father's roof. Yeah, 7 of Wands. So this is about someone who constantly feels like they have to defend themselves. And going down the teaching route at this time, in these circumstances, would make you feel like you have to constantly prove yourself or stand up for yourself, or just feel like another day, same crap, different day kind of vibe. And I don't think if you're wanting to get out on your own and do all of this, it's probably in your best interest to kind of go along the lines of what you already have the skill and mastery over, and creating income or generating income with that, so that you don't have to live with parents or, father energy long term. And it doesn't mean, Kirsten, that eventually you can't come full circle and go back to your teaching. But I think for your own mental health and just fear of having to, be under his scrutiny for longer, it might be best to just focus on these other, your health coaching master's degree and your tarot side hustle and any other incomes that you have. Yes, verbally and emotionally, physical when I was younger. Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting. Like, he's not going to lay his hands on you now or in the future. I don't see that happening. Yeah, it might be like a quick grab on an arm if there's yelling or something, maybe, but I don't see him, taking a belt to you or anything like that at this stage. But that doesn't mean that the words he says can't still hurt mentally and emotionally at all. Yeah, passion is working with kids. Yeah, I can totally see that with you. But let's just see words of advice for how to move forward for Kirsten from this teaching for now, just to get stable. Yeah, again, you're feeling like you're being cheated because now you have to live, under this roof with this person who's abusive to you, and the only way you can get your dream accomplished is to endure. Like, that's the word that keeps coming to me, is like endure, the snide comments and the abusive whatever it is that he's coming at you with. And you shouldn't have to do that. So this is about you first and foremost getting safe, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, from any people in your life, any people at all that are going to make you feel unsafe mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, all the things. Getting safe, getting in your own space, or, you know, even with people that you do feel safe with, if that's not under your father's roof, getting there is going to be kind of step one to being able to then figure out these other pursuits. But I do see that you will be able to make enough income to at least support you enough to figure out what you want to do next. So as far as all that goes, let's get some further guidance for Kirsten. Anything else she needs to know about this? We have wisdom. So there's a lot you can teach yourself or learn for yourself and still be able to work with kids without literally becoming an educator. And that being said, Kirsten, as well, you know, even the fact that you do have like a master's in the health coaching, and if you do, usually to get a master's, you have to have like a bachelor's degree. So if you do have a bachelor's in almost anything, a lot of times that, you know, level of education kind of puts you above the rest with certain other jobs. So being able to work with kids, even though your degree isn't specifically working with kids, you know, still applying for certain positions where they're asking for this or that or whatever, you might get a position that you can use the wisdom you have and just the innate abilities you have. Bachelor in Human Development. Well, I think that would even be, you know, because like a lot of places that hire like preschool teachers and this and that want like a child development degree, but not everybody that works in these places has specifically like a child development degree or early childhood education degree or something like that. But human development, I would say you're kind of, or again, a leg up above a lot of other people by having that degree. So that can actually work for you. So what I'm seeing is the wisdom you already have is going to work for you and take you further than you think it will. So just start looking at these different positions that you see come available in your area and even apply for them. Could benefit you because you just never know if they do call or what have you. Yeah, after school program teacher, only get 15 hours a week. Also consider being a teacher assistant in the elementary school. See, yeah, there's wisdom you have that you could already get something going to be able to work with children without having to go now get a different degree, spend more money, go through all the rigmarole, take more time out of your life to devote to this, and instead just go directly to it. You know, even if you're kind of working your way up through something or proving yourself in some way, yeah, this is about having that inner wisdom. And so you basically have 2 wisdom cards here, and even past life wisdom coming in to assist you at this time. Yeah, on the side, I'm starting a weight loss coaching business. See, that could also benefit you. You don't seem the type that could just settle for one career for 40 years and be happy with that. You know, get in moods where you want to really focus on this and then focus on that. And girl, after my own heart, that is so me as well. I love having multiple things I can, you know, rely on or kind of more lean into this for a while, lean into that for a while, and still be doing what I do here and in other capacity. But then we have intuition. So intuitively, you already know what you want to do. And again, you don't have to have this just like linear trajectory from point A to point B of beginning of your life to end of your life. You can go in whirligigs and squiggles and ups and downs and all over the place. This is your life. So using your intuition to really feel, you know, oh, I want to do this for a while. And then when that just doesn't feel good anymore, who's to say it's wrong to shift gears and want to try something else? It's not wrong at all. A lot of times we can feel like it's wrong if it's not quite putting food on the table, but it's not wrong. And you're not wrong for wanting to feel fulfilled and purposeful at the work you do. So intuitively, you already know what you want to do. So just go do it, girl. Go do it. Yes. So I would say you already have enough wisdom that you can work with children in a teaching capacity without having to go get yet another degree. And be able to support yourself enough that you can get out from under your father's rule or authority or, you know, just abusive tendencies and go make something for yourself. Yeah. Didn't think of it till now, but maybe I can do part-time study and work so I can live on my own. Yeah, see, you could even do something like that. Who's to say you have to get a degree in X amount of time? There's many people out there who have to work and raise children and do all these things, but they still find a way to cram in, 1 or 2 classes a semester to work toward a long degree. Yeah, maybe it's going to take you longer, but I would say you're still going to get it. If that's something that's on your heart, you're still going to go down that road, and maybe even taking it a bit slower would be the key here for you to be able to get it. Because you can still devote a lot of time to working these other avenues and having enough money to support yourself while also going to school, not having to be under your father's roof. So yeah, win-win there. Yeah, the Tower and the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah. So though this may feel like a Tower moment where you're kind of currently at, living there and having to do this, having to do that, everything is just not working so well for you, or seemingly not. But there's help. This is like the student and teacher card, the mentor and mentee card. So I would say you're going to be able to do it however it is that's going to benefit you. It requires full-time work. Oh yeah, student teaching. That's true. Yeah. That would be difficult because you do have to devote so many hours toward the student teaching, and I don't even know that I don't think it pays at all, usually, does it? Which is crazy to me. Yeah, it does feel like a Tower moment. Yeah, but some of the craziest Tower moments in my life have led me to the greatest discoveries of my inner strength and my potential and who I can be, who I came here to be. Because a lot of times when we get complacent or, we get comfortable with certain things, life can get boring, and you're definitely not keeping things boring for yourself. But you're building towards something. I really do see this as you building towards something, Kirsten. So don't give up. Again, using your intuition. Remember, you started the reading with that 3 of Wands, kind of decently structured. You can do it. Look, 4 of Wands. So eventually there will be stability. There will be security. There will be another wedding or union between you and someone else that will also bring income and stability, security into your life. So it's not like you're going to have to do it alone forever anyway, because there is a partner that's going to help out and possibly be the breadwinner. And maybe that is the tipping point where you can go to school full time and not have to worry about all these side hustles for a while. So you can focus on the teaching and then do the student teaching. And then the future husband can be able to, pay the bills in the meantime. Yeah, don't mind. I don't keep my mind busy. If I don't keep my mind busy, I get depressed. Yeah, that's, I think so many of us can totally relate to that for sure. Yeah, but big hugs to you. Your intuition is very strong. So don't discount it or think it's, oh, that'll never happen for me because it's me and this never works out for me. No, your intuition is very strong. A psychic I saw warned me about not doing too many side hustles. Otherwise, if I'll miss meeting my future husband. Oh, interesting. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting because a lot of times, especially if it's like a karmic relationship or like a soulmate connection, for the most part, there's almost nothing that could keep us from meeting someone we're supposed to be with, be it through karma or contracts or what. But I would say, a lot of times if you are maybe dating someone, but you have so many side hustles going on that you don't have time to date this person, they might walk away. I mean, I could see her or him being correct maybe in that way. As far as meeting the person at all, yeah, I mean, I guess if you're holed up in your house doing 4 different side hustles, you're never going out, you're never going to meet somebody. But again, I think when the time is right, you'll have the urge to be in the place that you're meant to meet the person. That's just my, own 2 cents on it. That maybe not so much meeting, but definitely being with them and not having time. Yeah, for sure. And I really do see that the next person you're with, you'll want to make time for that person anyway. Yeah, I mean, you could meet someone in November. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? That would be so cool. And there are some people, they'll meet someone and they'll just know instantly. And within months to a year or so, they're married. And then a few months later, they're pregnant. And it's like their whole life changed in 18 months worth of time. Then there's other people who will date for 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, never get married, but things still feel good and they'll just kind of slowly progress. And there's never a wrong way or a right way. It's just our own personal journey, Oh, her daughter's having the same dating problem as me, and funny enough, she's also an elementary school teacher. Oh, wow, there's a lot of parallels, a lot of mirroring going on. I love that. So cool. Well, Kirsten, I hope that helped. Trust your intuition. That's pretty much what this boils down to. There's a lot of wisdom you have that you can actually be making money with, that you're kind of maybe just selling yourself short, you know? And I think we all can tend to do that from time to time, is, you know, not think that we're there or that we have enough skills or abilities, but you know, we have more than we're giving ourselves credit for a lot of the time. All right, so up next we have Vicky. Hope all is well. Is there anything my true, authentic spirit guides would like me to know right now? Thank you as always. You are so welcome, Vicky. Just let me know you're here. I'm just double check that you're here, Vicky. And everybody that's still here, hang on, hang out, because I'm going to be doing a giveaway right after Vicky's reading. And she's a one card read, so it's going to be a little bit shorter than what we were doing here for Kirsten. Yeah, just remind me you're still here, Vicky. There she is. Okay. What does Vicky need to know? Tuning into Vicky's lovely energy. Right. What does Vicky need to know right now? Ooh, we have the Page of Cups. So very interesting how she's holding a key and a bow. No arrows. You would think, well, with the bow comes the arrow, with the key comes the lock, but she's like holding both. And what I see with this is you are maybe not quite there with something. It's like one piece is missing from this, one piece is missing from that. So to complete this here, to be able to aim and take action on something and swift action on something, there's some key information that you have yet to uncover or unlock or discover. So something that's a big dream for you, there's still some missing pieces, and we're going to get some information on this. I love all the symbolism in this deck because it really tells a story beyond just what your traditional depictions do, and I love it. I'm here for it. Okay, so reach down and get what fell over. Okay, we got a lot going on here. So it's interesting how we have the Devil, the Seven of Swords, and Strength. So with this kind of missing information or just missing, something is kind of needing to fall into place before the dominoes can fall in the best possible way. So we have the Devil. So this could be somebody's energy. Again, very masculine energy. Maybe one day they're really nice to you. The next day they are, saying like kind of passive aggressive things to you. Maybe just kind of even insulting you in a way, but it almost doesn't feel like an insult the way they say it. And they laugh. It's like, are you insulting me? Are we joking around? Like, what's going on? Something like this is possibly going on. But again, just maybe feeling cheated out of the life you thought you'd be living at this time. And again, this to me does feel like the current housing crisis, like in your area, just wishing that you could literally have the keys to a new place and be able to move in a swift manner and, have your eye on the prize and actually make this happen for yourself. But you have the strength, the resilience to be able to withstand whatever it is that's standing in your way, whether this is the prices to come down or the paycheck to rise, finding the right living situation that's going to be right for you and Cheyenne. Things are, again, lining up. I really do see that the pieces are falling into place, but it may not be as quickly as you were hoping. But staring at me from the back of the deck, we do have the Six of Wands, which is about victory, especially after a long, hard battle. Very, very sweet, just desserts coming in for all of the effort, all of the patience that you have put in. There's something really big paying off for you because you have stayed strong, stuck to your guns, and done what was best for you. Even if you wished you could be doing something else, you are overcoming something. There's a new beginning here as well. So make some plans. Two Wands, make some plans because there's a new beginning here for you. And the more information you have now and the more ready you are for this transition, this change, this shift coming, the better off you're going to be. We also have the Ace of Cups and the Emperor. So, I mean, this literally could be a new romantic situation, connection coming into your life. Or, we can interpret this another way with that father energy of the Emperor, of feeling held back from your love life because of your current family/living situation. But this is shifting. this is changing by the end of this calendar year. And it's funny because I'm hearing like, you know, which calendar, the Julian, the Gregorian, the Mayan, like which are we talking about here? Because those dates can shift very dramatically from calendar to calendar. But at the heart of the Emperor card, it is about success. It's about really stepping into your own authority and not allowing others to dictate who you are, what you can and can't do. You just do what's in your best interest, you know, again, without hurting anybody, because we have the Ace of Cups here. This is about self-love and the love of others. So you're doing what's in your best interest, and it's actually going to benefit others as well. I feel like I need one more. Anything else Vicky needs to know about this or anything else we've uncovered? Ooh, yes, self. So this is really saying self-love. So as you really come to this unity of self-love within you and really seeing to your true heart, your true essence, you're stepping more into your own role of authority and then able to make this dream that you've had for so long. And this might even, you know, include like a love interest. This can include a move. This can include an advancement in your career, just goals that you have, the dreams that you have. There's multiple things here that are aligning that you can start moving forward in many areas of life. So yeah, definitely a new beginning coming in. But you just, again, have been very patient, very diligent, sticking to, you know, making dreams and having plans for someday. I would say by the end of the calendar year, there's some big shift coming for you that you're going to be very excited about. So yay! We could all use such an amazing energy here that's coming in for you, Vicky. So yay. Again, I'm kind of reminded almost like the wheel energy though with this Two of Wands. So it's like your luck and your, you know, karma or whatever you want to call it is shifting for the better. But make some plans, be prepared, because the more prepared you are, the more smooth and easy this transition is going to be. And a lot of times too, even the changes and excitement that we have for, you know, these big things like moving and getting married and, you know, graduating from college and, you know, all these like milestone things, even these changes that we're prepared for and we waited for and dreamed about can sometimes have this like bittersweet edge or quality to them. So there might be an element of bittersweetness, but for the most part, this is so sweet that the bitter part of it is not going to last long at all if there is any bit of that in there. Yes, so now we have an ad coming in 46 seconds, but in the meantime, before that starts, I'm going to draw our tarot card for our free reading giveaway. That says there's only 3 people watching right now, so the likelihood someone is going to win this reading is very high. So whether you've already donated or haven't, or you're just lurking and hanging out, now's the time. Now's the time to figure out what card am I going to draw. Ad coming in 20 seconds. Oh, it has flipped. Okay. And of course, the card here that I have selected, it is a court card. Because there's only a few people here, I will kind of narrow it down for you. It's a court card, meaning a page through a king, page, knight, king, queen of whatever suit. So you have to get the court card and the suit. Go ahead and look. Keep guessing. You can guess as many times as you see fit, or, you know, use your intuition. Guess whatever you need to do, want to do. But it will be a court card. So tell me which one it is, and the reading is yours. We have 2 good guesses. None of them are quite there yet. You guys have, the ones who have guessed so far have all guessed, all of the suits have been guessed. So yes, the suit is on the table. You guys seem to be getting a little bit closer, Vicky! Vicky has won! Yes! Go, Vicky, with the King of Pentacles. Yes, okay, so Vicky, King of Pentacles, to me, this does represent like a future partner energy. If that's something you're wanting, is some love in your life. Also, possibly the stability that you are creating for yourself. But if you have a specific question in mind, go ahead and put it out there and we'll dive into it. I just also heard jack of all trades. So anything your spiritual would like me to know about my love life. Okay, so the person that you're going to be with is like a jack of all trades. They're very skilled in many different areas. They have a lot of talents, a lot of gifts. They might even own their own business. This person is very skilled, very handy. Yeah. So they've studied some sort of traditional, so they definitely have a degree of some sort, and it's a respectable like degree. It's something that this person's very proud of, but they don't let that be their only thing. Like this person, like has so many skills. Like I can't even tell you how many skills this person has. Very skilled. They might even be outdoorsy. We have all these mountains in the back. This person's just like silhouetted, almost like they're just watching the nature. They're out in the nature. So this person might like to even travel different places, different landscapes. Could even be a photographer. Very interesting. Four of Swords. So this person has maybe had an illness when they were a child that maybe held them inside, and that's why they like to get outside. Because there was maybe a stint in time where maybe they broke their leg or had some sort of illness that kept them from doing the thing they loved. And it doesn't have to be when they were an actual child. It could have been a teenage, early 20s, just before you meet this person is basically the age range, anywhere from birth to whenever you meet them. Before you meet them is when this has happened. But they have overcome whatever illness or injury they had and are just happy to be very grateful to be able to do whatever it is they want to do. So this person probably has some financial freedom as well. Yeah, if they're going to be able to do what they want to do. Because, so there were times where they were scraping by, in childhood possibly, or growing up with the family that they were born into, or even when they first went out on their own. It feels to me like he, did struggle, paycheck to paycheck, maybe even putting themselves through college and stuff. But there was this sense of, I did it. I overcame this. And I started out down here and now I'm way up here kind of vibe, because this is like Miss Sovereignty herself, but, doesn't have to be for just a woman, for a man. Just feeling very sovereign, very inspired by their own journey and their own life. And the Queen of Swords as well, and being able to maybe write a book or create some sort of art, or again, photography came up again. So some like photos this person is taking of just the journey, or, places that this person visits. But there's a lot of beautiful feminine energy with this person. Doesn't mean they are like a feminine man, but like they're very in tune more with their emotional side than your average person. And that could be what's part of them being like that well-rounded type of person, very down to earth. They never, even though they have these, skills and degrees, possibly, they never feel like certain people are below them in any way. They're just very humble. Very humble is the vibe I get. Let's get one more. Anything else Vicky needs to know about this person? Water. So, very in touch with the emotional side as well. So as we're saying, well-rounded, down to earth, I would say, yes, there might be touches of water and earth in this person's chart, but again, they're very well-rounded as far as probably the fire and air and earth and water, all of it. All of them are balanced in the chart, or at least pretty, even if there's an over amount of one, somehow this person just balances it out very well. Coming anytime soon. My concerns, I'm very guarded to the point that it worries me. Yeah, let's see. This person's coming soon. And soon is, a relative term, but, we're talking within a couple years probably when we say soon. And we have here the Four of Swords. So, I use the After Tarot, and I'm actually glad I did, because this person might be coming sooner than you think, because this to me feels like your current love life energy is just kind of taking a time out, kind of resting from the dating world. But there's hope here, because this person, though they may be masculine, is coming forward and wanting to offer you love eventually. And I would say within the next 2 to 3 years, if not sooner, depending how much more you kind of let that guard down, open your heart, put yourself out there. If dating sites and stuff just scare you, don't go down that road. go to places, get out in nature. You might find this person on a hiking trail. They love nature. Just try to step out of the comfort zone a little bit and, bring the guard down a little bit. Of course, using your intuition, because not every guy out there is going to, keep your heart into consideration. Some people are just out there for what they can get from somebody, or, to break as many hearts as they want. But I don't see that this person is anywhere near that type of person at all. Let's just see anything else about the timing. Okay, yeah. Well, it's definitely coming. It's just when is kind of a relative term as far as all that goes. Yeah, but we have the Tower, and then the Queen of Wands again, and the Two of Pentacles. But those ones came out in reverse for some reason. I think they flipped as they dropped. So there's going to be a Tower moment coming into your life. Again, the Tower doesn't always have to be doom and gloom. But it's going to be a pretty transitional time. And to me, this really does feel like you moving out. That's going to be like the catalyst that kind of crumbles this tower, crumbles that guard around you, to where now you feel you can be free because you're in your own space. You feel like you've leveled up in some way, that you can now turn that feeling of being ruled by someone else into that sovereignty. Because with this person coming into your life, because this came out with your energy and the timing of it all. And then this was coming out with this person's energy. Where is she? So the upright Queen of Wands came out with his energy, and the reverse came out with yours. So this Tower moment coming in, again, to me, it feels like a move, which, Tower moment. It might cause, again, some issues with the family that maybe doesn't want you to move, or is way too involved in your business for you to feel comfortable telling them all the details of you moving. But at the same time, this is about you empowering yourself by doing what's in your best interest, which in this case is you moving out and being able to, have your own dating life without all that masculine energy just completely almost acting as like a barrier or a shield around you. Because I think that's what's going on right now. Is it's almost like all the masculine energy in your household, even if you wanted to date and were putting yourself out there all the time, it's almost like there'd be like a hindrance because of all the masculine energy in your house. I don't know if I'm like describing that correctly enough, but just having that masculine energy, even though it's not romantic masculine energy, but just having the overbearance of the father, the brothers, and them kind of in your business a lot, kind of does block you being open to another masculine energy coming in, because you're already like overloaded with it. If that makes sense. Doesn't mean you can't, still remain in good faith and happiness with your family, but just kind of having your own boundaries with, the masculines in your life could benefit your love life greatly. Oh, Jessica, this is the Earthbound Oracle. Yes, I love this one. Yeah, it's a really beautiful deck with some, we got all these depictions here that just kind of inspire a lot of intuitive reading. Yeah, it's cool. And we just saw like a mountain and like a stream, and then we saw the fish too as well, Vicky. So I think, again, this person might be a fisherman, might like to go boating, they're out in nature. You're so welcome. That was fun. I love that. All right, you guys, let me just see that we didn't have any other donations come in before I close out the live stream. But I will be back. Fear not, fear not. I will not be back this Friday because I am traveling Friday. But I will be back a week from today, probably around 4 p.m. or 4:30 p.m. Mountain Time. Just going live a little bit earlier in the evening just because I don't want to be in this room during the heat of the day. And next week, it's kind of seen to be around 100 degrees, late 90s. So that's very hot. And I know Vicky's on the other side of, well, not the complete other side of the world, but she's more Celsius. So she's probably like, what's that? I don't know what that is in Celsius. But right now, we had a day that's only 83 degrees, and it's felt like heaven to me because we've been having some like high 80s, low 90s weather, and even went up to almost 100 degrees here. I think it did hit 100 degrees just south of town here, but not quite 100 on last Saturday. And I was miserable because our AC, like our central air unit, is toast. and we are on a waiting list. We've been on a waiting list. It's now week 4 to get that replaced. And it has been quite a schooling of me being pampered in the summertime with the AC unit, central air going, keeping it a nice cool 72 degrees in here. Again, Vicky probably is like, what's 72 degrees in Celsius? And instead it's been reaching Sunday and Monday, it got up to 87 degrees in the house. And I was just like, nope, not here for it. Thank goodness we have like a little window AC unit thing in our bedroom, because I can't sleep when it's like so hot like that. I have to have it like, I don't know, low 70s to mid 60s. Like that's my comfort zone for sleeping. I don't like it hotter than that. So thank goodness I have the AC unit thingy in our bedroom to be able to have some cool down in the evenings at the very least. But yeah, I won't be here on Friday. So this was it for the week. This was it. Oh yeah, July's been very wet and rainy. Oh, I would love some wet and rainy. It's actually been probably on the record of most recent years, probably the wettest that we've had. But that was more in June that we had rain and stuff. We did have one storm come in. Well, we did have rain, not this morning, but yesterday morning before I got out of bed at like 4:30. But it only lasted a few minutes. And I was just like, no, keep going. But things thankfully aren't like totally scorched out there and just completely dry, because then we get forest fires every single year that happens. I mean, there's always fires blazing in the West, but yeah. Oh, a lot of Americans there. Oh, some Amish people earlier today. I hope the weather isn't disappointing them. I don't know. I think that weather would make me so happy. I like a cool rainy day. And fun fact, the place that they always say is the rainiest around the U.S. is like the Seattle, Washington area, like the Cascade area, Pacific Northwest. Every single time I've been to Seattle, which has been quite a few times in my life, and sometimes for a week at a time, it's never rained once since I've been there, when I was there. Not once. So, yeah. Yeah, even when we went down the coast to Seaside, Oregon, and Astoria and all that, it didn't rain there either. And that was in 2019. So I haven't been back that way since 2019. Wow, it's been a while. I need to make my way back there. I love that area so much. I don't know that I'd want to live there just because of that fault and the potential for like the big tsunami to take out the whole coast. That just terrifies me, and it always has. So there must be some past life reason that I would be terrified to like permanently take up residence on the coast, specifically the west coast of the U.S. I don't know. To me, it's giving like past life Lemuria vibes. Yeah, pole shift vibes. Yeah, very peaceful. Yeah, I love the rain, and I know it's cliche to say this, but I could curl up with a good book in the rain, and like that makes my whole week. I would love it. Not like in the rain, like I'm out there and it's just raining on me in the book, but like in the house, watching it trickle down the window with some nice heat and like a cozy blanket. Like, sign me up. That is like my ideal way to spend a day that doesn't involve like other people. Like that's my ideal like alone time scenario. Or even writing my own book in the rain with the same scenario with the comfy blanket, and yeah, writing my own stuff, but also reading. All right, you guys. Well, I will see you next Wednesday, so a week from today, back here on the live, and at that time, I'm going to be doing a free one-card read for everybody who's here to start out. So don't miss it. You don't miss out on your free one-card read. And yeah, I will check you next time. I hope you have a fun and blessed rest of your week and weekend, and I will see you later. Thanks again, you guys, so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things, and I truly do hope to see you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot Live. All right, you guys. Oh, thank you so much, Jessica. You as well. All right, you guys. Bye.